Boom.
Whoa.
Do we know how to do this?
Hello, who is this? What's your name?
What's your name? What day is it? Really?
Man, how's it going, Gary?
Man, it's going good. There's Doug Perry. He's first.
Doug Perry, I see 5 people already on.
Oh, Kennedy is watching. Hey, Kennedy. Man, Jim Lauer.
Midweek. Woo! There's Troy Aves. I see Kennedy.
Yeah, and midweek is a good idea after racing on the weekend.
Yeah. Were you ready for Sunday? Were you ready?
No, not at all.
Me neither.
I was ready for nothing except going to sleep.
Man, I didn't even unload the car until Monday.
Man.
Yeah. Man, what a great weekend. We'll have to recap that here in a little bit. But what does our little message say? Number 81, super secret squirrel content and special guest segment.
Yes.
All right. What's going on there? Let's talk about that.
Which part? The super secret squirrel content?
And the special let's start with the special guest segment.
Okay. So we're going to chit chat here for just a little bit. We get a few more watchers watching.
Watching. I see Jim Robinson and Larry Hunt.
Larry Hunt, Jim Robinson, Jim Lauer. Tiffany, my Tiffany is watching.
Oh, man.
Hello. Hey.
Now, is that Tiffany Weeks Putnam, a.k.a. Long Girl, or is that Tiffany Weeks Putnam, Tiffany's sister, Julie?
I'm pretty sure this is probably just regular old Tiffany.
Just regular old, yeah.
Just my regular wife. Yeah.
Just regular. Yeah.
Hey, check this out. This has nothing to do with either, but I just remembered after seeing this, StreamYard put out a new feature.
Okay.
That you can roll the comments on the screen. So do you see the bottom right? Okay, where Mobile Recon logo is?
Yeah.
There's that little area became shaded kind of underneath your left shoulder.
I see it.
Okay. So when you see somebody comments there, this is a new feature StreamYard put out this week. And we can turn that off and on. So I just kind of wanted to see that.
Interesting. It's a little small on my end.
Yeah. There's Gary Spaniak. I have a great idea. And Brian Snyder. And vote yes.
Oh, man. I got a great idea as well. And I'm going to bring that up a little later. And we already got
I think I know what you're talking about.
Is in. I think Schote is in. I bet Frost is in. I bet Spaniak might be in too. Maybe
a whole
baby face.
Yeah, Troy says Rod needs a bigger TV.
Well, I'm on my laptop, Troy.
Oh, hey, there's a question for you, Rod, from Tim Holt.
Yeah, Tim, that's my little cruiser car. I take it to car shows. It's a 1970 Mustang Mach 1. It was restored 2008. It's all the way to the left, like cast manifolds, the stickers, the little markings and everything. And got the Marty report. It's 1 of 13. It's number 601 that was made. And so it's a fun little car. I got it out of Tulsa in 2011. So,
man, it's a nice car, Tim. It's super nice. And Tim has a 1965 442 Oldsmobile.
Oh, cool.
He's had it since high school.
Is that right? Speaking of cars in high school, I think we learned over the weekend that this Stanley Newberry, how you pronounce it? Newberry. AKA Goose, right?
Goose.
We found out that he had a 69 Mustang 428 4-speed car. Is that correct?
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
I remember him telling us a story about that. Very cool. Very cool.
We're going to get into that later. He told us a lot of stories.
He told us more stories than he wants us to tell on this show. That's for sure.
So the special guest segment, we're going to drag her in. This guest segment is going to be Julie Bernard. She is my sister-in-law. That is my wife's sister. Julie watches our show once in a while. She comments under Tiffany, my wife, under her account. So we always kind of joke around when there's a comment under Tiffany Weeks Putnam. If it's a super sweet, really nice comment to me, I know that comes from Julie. So, that's how I can tell which one of them it comes from. So we Um, she received a box in the mail. Yes, it was sent from Wichita. My wife sent it in the mail.
Okay.
She was required to leave it unopened until tonight, live on this show. So we're going to bring her here in just a minute, and it's hopefully it's as fun as I think it will be, and she will like it, and it'll be fun to do it live on the show. And thought it'd be a great place to do this because she likes watching this and comments and interacts with us. So it's like, let's have her do this on the show.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, it's just a fun little deal. We'll drag her on for just a couple minutes and have fun with that, and then we'll continue on with the super secret squirrel content.
All right. So phase 1 is special guest segment, and phase 2 is super secret squirrel content. All right, I'm ready.
Yes. Yes. Are you ready?
Whenever you are.
All right, let's drag on Miss Julie Bernard. Hi, Julie. You are live.
Hello.
Hello. Do you see us okay?
Yeah, I have been waiting for this ever since Gary called and asked me to be a part of this.
So what happened? Did he call you and say, "Hey, I got a surprise," or did a boxer show up? What happened?
It
was Sunday, right?
Because he called and we had normal chit chat, and then he says, "I want to do something with you." I said, "So I just sure, all right, Gary." He said, "It's going to be so much fun." So I want you to be a guest on the podcast. I have never been of anything like this. And it was just like, okay, but since it was Gary asking, I'll do it for Gary.
Man, that sounds familiar. What Gary wants, Gary gets. That's pretty cool.
Right. That's how you got in here.
He's such a nice guy. You just can't say no to Gary.
That's it. Can't say no. Can't say no.
See, that's the comments. I know it's her.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I was so excited, and I got my hair done. My hairdresser wants to turn in, and my brother wants to stop his lawnmower business at 7 so he can turn in. And I said, this is good. I already live in Russell, which is Bob Dole's hometown. That's kind of my claim to fame. But now that I've been on the Heads Up Gary and Hot Rod Racing podcast, then this trumps my latest.
There you go.
I've been on a podcast.
Nice.
I told Gary we were going to put this on the back of my headstone, but I was on the podcast.
Hey, I told her.
Yeah, what'd you tell me then when I said I want it on my headstone, Gary?
I told her, I said, we can get the QR code engraved. The QR code to our YouTube channel engraved on our heads. You just hit the code and it goes right to the show.
Woo. So we're good.
We're good.
There's
thank you for this.
I don't know if you saw it, Julie. Kennedy says, "Hi, Julie."
I see her. Hi, Kennedy.
I talked to her. It was just shortly before you and I got hooked up here tonight, and I told her you was doing this, and she goes, "Oh, I'll have to watch."
Yeah, join in.
I'm glad she did. She's a good kid.
Great kid. All right, so go ahead, Gary.
What you got a box there of something to open? It's really heavy. Let me see that. I'll have to. Okay, Tiffany taped that up really good.
Oh, she did.
So
all right, I'm gonna get my.
Hope you got some scissors or a knife or something.
I just have a
chainsaw.
There you go.
You got a sawzall.
Just so this isn't going to embarrass me.
Oh no.
Where did you get this? Whatever it is.
You'll find out.
Do I get any hints?
No hints.
You'll find out soon enough. When you get that tape cut, you got to finish the opening in your chair where we can see you. Okay,
I've got it. Here it comes. Oh my gosh, this is heavy.
Yay! You got a bag of whatever that is.
I don't know, but it's soft.
That might be that might be sand from the beach in Long Island or something. I don't know.
It feels wet.
Huh? Oh, hey, I just got word from Casey what it is. It's the scraped off popcorn from the ceiling in Kennedy's bedroom.
Well, congratulations.
Well,
You brought her on the show for that.
thank
Wow.
you very much.
Yeah, you always
Now I-
remember Kennedy.
Oh, Tiffany says that's not it. Keep digging.
Because I thought maybe I could put this up for auction on your website.
Oh,
and
yeah,
sell it.
millions of dollars.
Okay, so that's
Hey,
my
there's a chance that could have been maybe some sand from Long Island, from Fire Island, and Tiffany would want that sand back.
that's heavy. All right, so here's the next one.
All right. Number 2.
Maybe I could get my own podcast and open up packages. People could send me presents.
Oh,
People
there you
would.
go.
Absolutely,
and
they
then
would.
I could open them up.
There you go.
That would be my own podcast.
There you
Well,
go.
I would
People would, yeah, people would watch it too.
Yeah,
Yeah, send me
absolutely.
presents. And then I could have you two on as a guest.
All right,
Yes.
we go up.
Oh, this is going to go places.
Yeah, you're still unwrapping that. Tiffany really wrapped that up. I guess.
golly.
We'll be back next week when she's done unwrapping this.
Exactly.
Okay,
What is it?
it's
Let's
black.
go.
It's my favorite color. Oh, look.
What is that?
I think these are Bucky pajamas. Oh, you see them?
What are they?
Bucky pajamas.
Did you go to Bucky's?
I don't know if I can. I've never been, but I've always wanted to go. Oh, that's fun. I'm going to wear them tonight.
That's right, you are.
I think someone wash it first.
Yeah, wash it. The shirts, I have learned that these shirts will shrink.
Do you have yours on?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, we're
look.
ready.
Oh, we're like triplets now.
There.
There. Instead of twinning, we're triplets.
Woo woo.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. I've always wanted to go to a Buc-ee's, but I never have. That's on my bucket list.
Yep.
Yep. Bucky's is great. Your sister, she don't get the whole Bucky's thing, but
Yeah.
Has she ever been to a Buc-ee's?
no, she hasn't.
I thought Trump signed an order that if you're American, you have to go or something.
Yeah, you eventually have to go, or else deport.
To be an actual, are you an American? Yes. Have you been to Bucky's? No. Well, okay, you're not. Okay. So
Yeah, load up, put them in that
go
van.
back to Bucky's. Springfield, Dallas. Look at this. She's putting it on.
I want
That's
to
right.
be one of the guys.
There you go. Looks good.
There I go. Now I'm one of you.
Yes.
We're going to have to
Right.
change the name.
That's right. Julie Bucky's girl.
There you go. There.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Maybe Buc-ee's will see this and I can be an official Buc-ee's girl sponsor.
That's right. That's right.
Kennedy.
Hi, pork on the grill.
What?
Pulled pork.
Oh, that's just if you go to Bucky's, you'll get it. They yell in there about their food.
Jim Robinson says those aren't the ones Gary had on in Texas, were they? No, they're not.
He's got
They're
his
not.
whole set.
I got my own. They're in the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kennedy says the way she didn't notice the shirt change has me rolling. She's in tears.
Oh yeah.
No,
We're
sure,
already.
I had to fit in.
Yeah.
I look good with it.
Yeah.
That's
You look
fun.
great. It fits you well.
Thanks. Okay, all of your racer guys are probably rolling their eyes saying, would you get the
No,
old
they
lady?"
get it.
They're
They
like,
get it.
we tuned in for this. Come on.
Nah, they know what Bucky's is about.
Yeah. And anybody that watches this knows how much we like Bucky's.
Yeah.
I like Buc-ee's now too.
Bucky's and Waffle House.
And
Yes,
FYI, for people that have never been to Springfield Bucky's, they have a very nice,
Oh.
large truck and trailer parking.
Oh yeah. Way better than Denton.
Yes, they have a lot of room. It's nice.
Does Waffle House have pajamas?
No.
Ooh, maybe on their website. I don't know.
Yeah, they don't have any in the store.
But they don't have product in the store, no.
Yeah.
Unless you just tape a bunch of waffles to your legs.
Well, I thank you. very much.
Yeah.
You're welcome. We hope you had fun. We knew you'd like that stuff, and just this would be a fun way to give it to you.
But another idea was Heads Up Racing, Gary and Hot Rod. Maybe you guys could come up with your own pajamas.
Whoa, look at that. Maybe so. Golly.
You could, instead of Bucky's picture, it could be a picture of you two.
Okay.
Huh. I don't know if those will sell. You maybe have to give them away.
That's all right.
Put a list of the sponsors on the back of the shirt.
There you go.
Yeah.
Work.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm full of all kinds of good ideas.
Absolutely.
Well, this has been so much fun and an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
We're just really hoping you'd like it.
I do. I'll remember this forever.
Nice meeting you.
Well,
Yeah,
it's locked into YouTube forever too.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be on my headstone.
Right.
All right. I'll let you get back to your important business, but thank you so much.
No, you're welcome,
Right.
Julian. Hey,
Okay.
thanks for playing
Bye.
along. It was a lot of fun.
I'm going to go wash my pajamas so I can get them on tonight.
Wash
All
them
right.
up.
Okay. Bye and thank you.
You're welcome. Bye, Julie. Thanks.
Bye.
Well, that was awesome.
That was really cool.
Yeah, I think that
Oh.
worked. I think you hit it out of the park.
I wasn't sure if she's going to be able to get into all that stuff with all the unwrapping all that.
Oh, I know, man. That was like a level 10 wrapping on that. Somebody worked at the department store at Macy's during Christmas or something.
I was not responsible for any of that. That was all Tiffany.
All right.
I handed it off, and
Mhm.
she took care of it. I said
Yeah.
it's got to be there by Wednesday.
Right.
She made it happen.
Made it happen, Captain. That's
Yep.
good stuff. Well, you ready
Yeah.
to get into your wardrobe?
Yes. You want to run through a couple little things first before
Gary?
what? What did I miss? Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Okay.
So what do you think about the little comment deal there on screen? Do you like it or don't like it?
It doesn't bother me. I like it. Like I said, I see that already on the right side, so it's up to what everybody else. You know what I mean?
I wonder how small it is on a phone.
Right. Well, even on the comments on the phone, the comments are right under. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Here's a.
you're kind of blocking mobile recon a little bit. You know.
Yeah, it's got a. Depends on how
Where you
big
lay it
the
out,
phone
probably.
is. Kennedy says, "Now imagine Christmas with Tiff yearly problem."
She's talking about rapping, I think there.
Yes. Yeah, she's our rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles says the words are tiny.
Pretty tiny.
Yep. Yeah, because we can make it show up and go away.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice little feature. They're always trying things, you know.
Yeah, I was curious how it might
Mhm.
be. Kind of cool. It kind of lets some viewers kind of see everything that's commented on.
Sure.
But yeah. Well, let's kick off and give
Devin
our.
Brown watching.
What? You see Devin Brown?
Mhm.
Man, what's up, Devin? Let's give a shout out to our partners here.
All right.
Shout out to Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Mobile Recon, Mobile Detailing, Titans of 10.5, the fastest small tire series in the Midwest, Sandland Iron and Metal Auto Salvage, and Harry Street Carpet. Thank you to these awesome partners in 2025. Awesome businesses.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, what we got happening the last couple of weeks, you know, we didn't make it last Sunday, Mother's Day, and so we came on that was a Sunday.
It's been a while.
Yeah, the Ozark. But,
May 4th.
Yeah. We're here now. We snuck over to Ozark, right? We'll have to talk about that in a second. Hey, Devin.
Yep.
And what's kind of going on the last few weeks around the racing world here?
Yep. Oh, last time we was on, was there a car behind me? I don't remember.
I think there was a red car, if I remember right. Did you get a screenshot of that, you know, to lay in there?
So today is the 21st. It's hard to keep track. Yeah. So like a week after our last show. God, it's hard. Time just flies by, dude.
Well, that is it.
But it's gone. So I loaded that rascal up. Ooh, I put that on top of you there. I loaded it up and took it over to our buddy Keith's. It's gonna get a little bit of diet action.
Okay.
Because it needs it. It's thick.
How did your winch work going out of the garage?
Oh, dude, it worked great. I just need to get the cable is 50 foot. It's under my bench here.
Okay.
I need about a 20-foot extension.
Okay.
And it would get it where I stopped it down there was really pretty ideal because I had to finish rolling it back to get it in the street, but it was great.
All right on.
I could have just climbed in, let it roll, put my foot on the brake, but I just let the winch do the work.
Sure.
Yeah, it worked great.
I see.
There's
Tito.
Mark. Tito, howdy boys. What's up, Mark?
We're going to talk about you in a minute in a great way. This is just what a great race there. That's awesome.
Charles Wickham says, speaking of Keith, I'm dropping my truck off with him around the first of the year.
Oh, there you go. Just get in where you can there.
Right. Good job, Charles.
Nice.
Yep. So my car is at Keith's. It's in his hands. I'll see it sometime this weekend. I've got a couple little things to test fit on the car to give some feedback for some parts that may be produced.
Nice.
And so I'm going to get with Keith sometime this weekend and check that out.
Yep. I see Al.
Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah. I see Al watching there. Mr. Schoenwetter. Good to see him. Glad everything's okay. That was a great post he put out the next day there. Yep,
it was.
Mm-hmm.
Mark is headed from the dyno.
Nice.
Right on, Mark.
What he had on there today. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Our engines buddies at Advanced Engine Machine, they got a new piece of equipment. He says this is our new Rottler H85AX. It's sitting in its home.
Nice.
So, went shopping at PRI.
Yep. Got it delivered, getting it hooked up, and we'll get to see that on Friday.
Yes. Yep. We get to see it live in your face on Friday.
Yep. I'm excited. Got a call from Mark. What was that? Wednesday, a week ago today?
Yep. Something like that.
To be in New York, and he's like, hey, whenever you're ready to come up, your motor's ready. And I was like, okay, I'll be up next Friday. So Gary's going to be able to see things that he's got going as well there with his cylinder heads and rockers and whatever else he's got done at that point, and so it's going to be a good day, man. Good trip up to Salina.
Yep, it'll be good. I think all of my big pieces are in place. They're in the shop as far as I know.
Yeah.
So.
It's going to be great. That's a good investment right there. He was talking about that at PRI, looking at it, and I think he said he's going to keep his old machine just for a little bit, right? And just have it ready, or if need be, and then he'll end up circulating it out once he gets this rolling and gets used to it and that sort of thing.
Yep, gets a little training on it and get some cozy, comfy work.
Heck yeah.
Get it feel good, with the operation, and then kick the old one loose. So
sure.
Yep, that's a good plan.
That's a great plan.
Let's hit Mid-America Dragway. The next time Rodney races at Mid-America Dragway will be June 21st. It's the Garfield Furniture Heads Up Series, June 21st. If you need more specifics on that, it's on their Facebook page and probably their website.
Yep.
And this is going to be
race, right, Gary?
Yeah, this is the makeup for April, and this is going to kick off later in the evening. Is that correct?
That's where I understand it. They, because they know it'll be a little hot, and they want the track temperature under 140, basically, and so probably like once the sun goes down, then they'll start playing. So Yep. And man, June is right around the corner too. Whew. I know it. Our next outing will be at Titans of 10-5, right, at Mocan. What is that? 3 weeks?
Yes.
3 weekends?
Yeah. The 13th and 14th of June.
All right, so just the weekend before, so we'll be back to back.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you ready? Ready for that?
Oh yeah. Well, at least this one ain't, it's local. It's not much of a travel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. It's an easy trip.
Yeah.
Also on the 21st of June with this Heads Up series, we see Mid-America Dragway puts out this. It's a True Street event, June 21st. There are class rules, 275 radio, 28, 10.5 non-W. You can read their specifics. They got some a few rules in there.
Yeah.
But you can catch that on it's on their Facebook page. That's where I got this.
Cool.
And it's $100 entry, 100% payout. There'll be a split for classes, faster class A, better payout. So it's like an A class and a B class. Maybe split it, the faster half and the slower half. That's kind of how I read that.
Yeah, kind of like what's that other bragging rights? Don't they do it?
Yeah, streetcar bragging rights. Yeah, similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Split into 2 classes with an ET break, 2 rounds of qualifying, no sandbagging. Time the board clocks are on. 400 Pro Tree, 8th mile. Heads up both classes. Currently seeking sponsors. All money and prizes go to the class.
Cool.
Yep, that is June 21st.
True Street.
So this is Memorial Day weekend coming up.
Right.
The weekend after already
Mm.
is Kenneth and Kansas International Dragway is putting on the Wheatland Brawl.
Right.
And that's a True Street event.
Right.
So that's Saturday, May 31st. This is the streetcar cruise route.
Mm-hmm.
Just a pretty simple square there. There's some road construction they're trying to avoid. I'm not sure what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20, 20-ish miles, maybe 25.
Okay. Do the drive,
So,
the cruise.
Yep. Leaving the track and go over the ridge and go north to 109th, go west to 151st, south to 53rd, over to Tyler and back to the track.
Nice.
Yeah. That'd be a cool event to probably sneak out there and check that out on the 31st.
Heck yeah.
See what's going on.
Yep.
And you can also check out Kansas International Dragway's Facebook page. They've got the 2 classes, the original True Street Ken talked about. And on our show with us, he talked about the unlimited class that was getting some interest, and it was looking for some money for that class.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he must have had enough response to kind of lock it in. So, it says guaranteed payouts for the classes. The limited class winner is $3,000. That's a good payout. The runner up is $500. Free second chance race winner gets $500.
Man.
And then it's free to enter that. You get in and you can maybe get $500.
No kidding.
The unlimited class winner gets $2,000, and the runner up gets $500.
Okay.
So there's some money to be made be had there racing
Well,
there. Yeah.
Pro Montroy has his car ready by then.
Oh yeah.
Good little time to go out there and get that done. Yeah. Joe Thomas is ready.
Mark says we have a shootout the same weekend.
I think we're talking about the same weekend as the 21st there at the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, okay. Joseph Thomas hope to make it next weekend. Cool.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
And if Joseph Thomas shows up to your True Street event, you better be on your game because he knows how to win.
Yeah.
He knows how to win those deals.
Is that like Chris Patrick can get in on that too, right?
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of cars around here that can get into that.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep. That's a good payout there.
Yeah.
Roll back to this. So our title here is Super Secret Squirrel Content.
Okay.
We had originally planned on going to Streetcar Takeover.
Right.
But we didn't.
Nope.
Because something changed. And so Streetcar Takeover still happened even though we didn't go.
Right.
And I seen this drone shot of the facility. This is probably, does it say what day, Friday night or Saturday night? But
Saturday.
And there's Saturday evening.
Yeah.
Man, lots of cars, spectator parking, people in the stands. You can see the little dots.
Yeah.
Lots of racers parked up there on the multi-levels. And that would have been a fun event to go to, but we did something else fun instead.
Yeah. I think we made the right decision.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
But
But it's
and
good to see Flying H doing well.
Yeah, that's great. That's good to see. There's a lot of support for the track.
Yeah. I know Eric Knott took his little new edge down there and did well.
Yeah. Jim and Tim. Jim said it was a good time.
Yep.
Jim and Tim went over there. And with Streetcar Takeover, let's give a shout out to Craig Ondrick and his blue Firebird. He had a picture of one trophy on Friday, and then Saturday he had to take a new picture because he won No Time Friday night, No Time Outlaw, I think it's probably called No Time Friday night, and he turned around and won again on Saturday.
Yeah, he said, "Scoot over." He said, "Scoot over, trophy. I got another one to put up here."
Got to make room for another one.
Looks
Great job.
Looks like he's got a Pro Charger.
Oh, it's a Pro Charger, all right, and it's fast. We saw it in action last weekend. Holy cow!
And it looks like it's a Holly, I would assume.
Yes, the best. He knows. He knows what's up.
Holly Tech. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to see Greg over at Ozark. He was running good there too Friday night. Made it to the finals, didn't he not?
I think so.
On the Friday night fights.
Yep, him and Devin.
Yep, Devin Brown.
He got a shout out from Show Me Speed and the Show crew. Craig El Conquistador Ondrick getting it done at Streetcar Takeover May 8th, 9th, and 10th. Craig won the No Time class. We started helping Craig with his program mid-year last season, and boy, does the car continue to impress. With the chassis changes, we built Craig some longer shocks so we could make that ladder bar suspension work, and boy, is it showing promise already. Bryce Ondrick, that's one of his sons, Daniel Lloyd and Tara Freiberger are handling the crew duties and keeping the car turned around and going down.
Heck yeah, great shout out from Show Me Speed.
Yes, good job.
Heck yeah.
Tomorrow photography, he's going to need a bigger trophy case.
He is. He keeps piling them up. That's awesome.
Yes.
You can go to a race and double up. Is there anybody else that did that this weekend? I'm gonna think about that. Well, I don't want to spill the beans. Maybe else do that this weekend.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And doubling this up came with some good cash in his pocket too.
Oh man, you ain't lying.
It was a really good payday both nights.
Yeah.
So good job, Craig, man. Congrats, bud.
Yeah, I've got that thing running. Looks good too.
Yep. It's got fresh paint on it too. The Beasley's Robert Beasley down in Springfield area, Joplin area.
Yeah.
Some fresh paint on it here recently. So
it looks awesome. Sets good, looks good, runs good.
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony Phillips says, I forgot this was tonight. What's up, fellas?
What's up, fellas? What's up, Tony? That's all right. You're getting to the good part where you shine. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, he messaged me Sunday shortly after 7. Hey, is there a show tonight? I can't find it. It's like, man, no, we're tired.
We were in bed by Sunday at 7.
We're tired.
Yeah, but no, thanks for joining.
Yep. There's Mark. He says Devin won the Friday night fights and the shootout on Saturday.
Nice. Doubled up. Devin Brown. The Brown posse.
It was rolling.
He was rolling.
One more thing on Streetcar Takeover. Justin Heckman was there.
Yep.
Yep. He was lighting the internet on fire.
He did. He broke the internet.
Yep. Beater Balm Tuning and support Joey Heichel. He says, you're a bad Mo trucker for only getting 4 passes on this thing and run what we did. It's impressive. You're a skilled bad dude. He shouts out his people that was helping him and stuff. So what he did was he posted just a little chunk of this time slip. You can see the 60 foot and you can see that ET starts with a 3 at a 190 something.
Woo, rolling,
man.
Rolling.
So this could have been another good candidate for Harper's track on the Titans deal had they been there. You know,
sure. I'm still getting it ready.
Yep, didn't quite make it.
Nice.
But yeah, that's a bad machine right there.
Yeah.
Congrats to Justin and his crew and all his team that helps him out. Man, that's a feat right there. Whew.
Definitely.
So we'll
going on, man. A lot of good stuff going on.
Yeah.
I mean, every weekend someone's out doing something, getting their car ready, getting their new car ready, coming out to the track, maybe with a new car or some upgrades, So this is good stuff, man. The heads up drag racing is alive and well.
And something else happened exciting at Ozark we'll get to in a little bit too.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. A little bit of local news. One of our awesome partners here, Sandlin Iron and Metal, in the bottom corner of the screen. This is JR. Somewhere he came up with a new car, different car. I don't really know the story behind this,
Right.
but it's a pro mod of some
Another
sort.
Stud, right?
Yeah, it's a Studebaker.
Now, if you're a Sandlin, do you have to have a Stud? Is that how that works?
I think you do now. Yeah.
Yeah. Papa and that works too. You got Papa on the big tires, you got Son on the small tires. See what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Now I think the side of that door says "Badass Stud."
Yeah, Badass Stud.
He says, let's see, I don't know what day this was, but he tagged Phil Nightingale and Jesse Garcia at Big Corner Creative.
Yeah.
I think this is probably a wrap they put on this at Big Corner Creative. He says, time to reveal the new hot rod. Can't thank these guys at Big Corner Creative enough. Great job.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
And the Big Corner Creative guys gave him a shout. It's a big shout out to JR Sandlin for trusting us with his Badass Stud. Turned out great and matches his 70 Chevelle we did a few years back. We can't wait to see the car in action.
Heck yeah, that's going to be great.
Man, he's got some cool toys.
Yeah, he does. That whole Sandlin family, man.
How do you see around that?
I don't know.
Man. Yeah, that's a great looking car.
Cool. I love that.
That wing, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a picture of what that used to look like. I'll send it to you later on.
Sure.
All right. That is the end of that stuff.
Phase. Now, are we ready to get into the super secret squirrel content?
So is this phase 3?
Phase 3?
We had a guest.
Yeah.
And some little in-between content.
Right.
Little local news.
Right.
And
now we're to the main event.
We went out of town and we just went to eat lunch at Buc-ee's, right?
We just went over there and grabbed some lunch, and we went to Springfield, and we wasn't storm chasing. Believe me, the wind was blowing, but it wasn't storm chasing. And we went to Springfield to get, like you saw, the pajamas and stuff. And of course, I had to get my wife some pecans and cinnamon pecans. But then we were on our app because we got lost, and Gary goes, "Hey, there's a shootout down the street. We already got the truck and trailer. We ought to sneak on over there and see Tito and the boys and get in on this little Jerry Klingman spring shootout." So we decided to go ahead and do it.
Well, we was just going to load the trailer full of this stuff, full of little Bucky animals and pecans and just stuff the trailer full and bootleg it, bandit style back to Kansas.
Sure. Yeah, he's pounding down. Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's a great time. You can't go without stopping. So I think it's against the law. Yeah. And, that was, I grabbed all that there. That's all at my house now.
Scooped it up.
Yeah. Do you have a bigger basket, please?
You got a truck I can drop these in?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we hit the Buc-ee's and we saw that probably that big storm formed off east and went up and terrorized St. Louis.
Yes, man. And we did. We walked out of there and looked to the left, and it was blue sky with a little cloud. We looked to the right, and there was this wall of darkness. And it's like, holy cow. And then got to the trucks, like, did it rain? I mean, it looks like it might have rained. We were right on the edge there. And a few hours later, was it Chris Hogan that came up from Bodad?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. But yeah, luckily it missed that. But feel bad for everybody in St. Louis, Kentucky, that little town on I-70 by you or by Smyrna, right?
Yeah. Well, one of Julie's daughter lives up in that corner of the state, up around St. Francis.
Okay.
Yeah. Along that area. Yeah.
All right.
Doug says you need a shopping cart.
Oh yeah, you gotta have 2 or 3.
Hey,
yeah.
On Sunday you was supposed to shopping cart.
I was. I ain't lying. Well, you go Friday just to get a snack, and then I can't. If you get a bunch of stuff, it's gonna sit in the truck. You're gonna eat half of it, or Goose is gonna take the other half, and then so you got to come back on the way back to load up, to get, and whatever. I had a list. I got a text from the girls, and I just whatever it was, I got 2. You know what I mean?
Yep. So no fighting. Nope.
No fighting.
No fighting. Did they each hide their stuff? So
they got their little area,
area.
You even got it separated on the table, on the kitchen table. All right, here you go. They're sitting there putting their initials on them, So
yeah, don't touch. So where did we go after Buc-ee's?
We rolled over to Ozark Raceway Park. Saw Mr. Tito, man. First time being at that area. Had a great time.
Yep.
You ready?
We rolled in there. Yeah. You ready? Do it.
You gotta make it official. You gotta
have the right
Team TNS.
Have the right colors on.
I know, we're looking good, right?
Yep.
Goose embroidered these. He stitched every one. He told me at breakfast. He told Gary that too. He embroidered every one of these. So we had to wear them. Team TNS.
His thimble and his thread.
Oh yeah, man! I tell you what, we roll on the property, and we get there at Springfield about noon, and we roll up, and Tito kind of sees us on his little electric bike, and we didn't know where to go. That's the first time I've been here. Gary's been here a couple times as a spectator, and we didn't know where to go and what to do, and so we just kind of stood there, and here come the electric bike. And he's like, "Hey fellas, thanks for coming." And yeah, if Goose says it, it's true. Woo! And we got a great spot. They were able to give us this great spot in slot 36 because we were kind of in between everybody, and we were watching Tony and Adam kind of drive back and forth. This is way early. The gates don't open until 4. It's like 1:30 or something. You know what I mean? And so we kind of roll up, and we're just sitting in the truck with the air conditioner on, just kind of eating our Buc-ee's and relaxing, half taking a nap, and then here comes Tony. He comes up in a little razor deal, and we're waving at him and everything, and he's like, we jump out. It was awesome. I like to think my understanding is everybody in the state of Missouri knew we were coming except Goose, and that was perfect. That was absolutely perfect, and that's what we wanted. And so when Goose came over, that was a good time, man. We just love hanging out with him. I lost this hat for about 2 hours. Apparently, according to Goose, Larry Hunt had it. And so I don't know if that's true or not, but that's his story. And but I did lose that for a couple hours there. I don't know where it was, but that was a great time. Man, that was a good time.
That was so fun.
I got 5 to 10 other Goose stories or just racing stories, but we set up here, and man, they just take us in like we're family down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't have to buy a meal. I know you went over and bought a burger, but they fed us.
I contributed.
Lunch,
yep.
Holy cow.
Got me a good burger from the burger stand on Saturday evening. Yep.
Heck yeah. Great shot here. And
we had a great neighbor, two slots down.
Yeah, Night Train, Larry Hunt, man, 2 thumbs up. Yep. Friday night he was dealing with a little shifter cable deal, but the community there had one. I think what was it? Don Irwin loaned him one or something. Yeah. And so he got that rolling. So that was cool. Yep. Oh, what's Wendy Martin saying?
Oh, hang on. I'm fixing something here real quick. Yeah, fix your name. You fix your name, Rod.
No, I ain't changing my name.
You're not changing? Okay.
I see what you did there. No.
You make Goose sad.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah. Wendy Martin, it's good to see you guys. It was good to see you too, Wendy. Always a good time.
That was another deal, like breakfast, bacon coming over. We got some things set up for Mocan, maybe. Okay, so hear me out. This is Goose's story, all right? So we get over there, and he goes, I got it. Okay. When Goose starts with, so hear me out, okay? And he's like, I got an idea for your podcast. And I'm like, me and Gary are sitting there like, okay, what's the idea? Well, you guys did pancakes, did waffles, did bacon, right? And we're like, yeah. He goes, well, I'm gonna bring the bacon this time. Oh, okay. We're thinking he's gonna bring some, bacon. That's great.
Yeah, bacon.
So what I'll do is I'll bring a live hog, okay? And we need to get a hook on the back of your trailer, and we'll go live, and we'll just start slicing it, and we'll dress it and everything. And you might want to bring a power washer. That trailer looks pretty nice. I hate to see it get dirty and everything. So what do you think? And he just stares at us like, I don't know, man. We'll have to ask Wendy and see what she thinks. And so, but yeah, that was a hard no. Yeah, they got shot down. Didn't get shot down, Gary? Did you shoot it down?
Yeah, I think he got shot down. I think probably need to pass on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Brian says, Goose told me bacon coming farm to table soon.
Yeah, that's it. See? He's already letting everybody know. That's for Mocan.
Oh, man.
Something stepping up. I don't know if we're going to have, waffles or pancakes. I mean, I know the bacon's coming. I think even myself, Gary, who else? Was it Tito said he's bringing bacon? I don't remember. I remember just someone else said in there.
Yeah, Tito or Larry. I forget who else said he's going to bring 4 or 5 pounds.
Yeah, because we definitely could, we had enough, but we could always eat more bacon.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's never enough.
Story. Yeah. But great facility. Goose let us get in his little side-by-side, and we kind of drove around. This is still before even the gates were open. So we got to drive around, and see the facility. The track is smooth. That was the first time I've been here. And so we were looking at that. Plenty of shutdown, turn road, also had plenty of area to get off and get your parachute and get hooked up. And, when you come back, you go in front of the fans. That's kind of cool as well. And where we were parked, you can see, like, that's where Larry is, where the tower is, where you come back. And, we're right there, and pull right back in. And so, but yeah, that was pretty cool for him to let us do that. So,
yep. Larry Hunt says the Titans is in for 5 pounds of bacon.
Oh, man, he's bringing 5 pounds on. All right, we're going to have 20 pounds of bacon here, Gary.
Mark said he can too.
Right on.
Ooh, we're going to have a bacon fest going on.
Heck yeah. Man, but, what's your next picture? I think this is where this is going.
Yeah, we got out, and boy, it was so dang windy. We was hiding in the truck for a while, and
officially, I don't believe we brought the wind with us. I know.
No, we did not. I think we got accused of turning them. And
it ain't like we put wind in our trailer, and as soon as the door opened, like the wind came out. You know what I mean?
Hey, maybe it was Harper. Maybe Harper turned on them fans and pointed them that way. Maybe we should blame him.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah,
that way get us off the radar.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, Austin says we might need an extra griddle.
Yeah.
So when we saw the Phillips out and about, kind of around their pit and stuff, doing around, we made our way over to check out that awesome hot rod.
Oh my goodness, Gary! I don't know if you want to start or I'll start. I mean, just man, this thing.
Go ahead.
Well, it's just a really nice piece, and we got the opportunity to just kind of hang out with them for a few hours before the gates open, and they were just tinkering on it a little bit, so we got in on that, and of course they're Goose trying to feed us with drinks and other things, but you just got to look this car over, and especially when like a lot of people aren't around, you really got to look it over, detailed and everything. It's a very, very nice car. And, and they had a great weekend, and I know they went out in the semis or whatever, but I mean, to show up on Thursday night, and this is the story I know. This is not their story. You know, they made a couple of hits and basically didn't do much. And then on Friday, they made a little stator change and then came out and just started finding it, you know, slacked way off and just started finding it. And by the end of the night, these boys were running 14s at the end. Like they've had this car for 5 years. And they probably, I don't even know, but they got less than 7 or 8 passes on this car.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, just looking it over, just a thought and like how things are laid out and the wiring on the car. I mean, of course, the welds. I mean, it's just nice. I was joking with Goose, and because my understanding is he dabbles with cows on the side, and and I said, did you get is this how much 2 cows bought you or something, or how much 2 cows cost? And he made a joke. It's like, oh, that's a whole herd right there, you know. And this thing is immaculate. And so since it was up on Projects, you know, and like I said, no one's around, so Gary and I had the opportunity just to take it all in. And very nice car, very nice. Car.
They did a excellent job.
Yeah.
And Mark says those boys killed it on the car.
Yeah, they did.
Yep.
And so, and I'll even share, I think I can share this. After the race was over and we're cleaning up or whatever, you know, all the finals have been ran and everything, you know, and I don't remember if there was like 230 or 250 people over there with orange shirts on throughout the week.
Yes,
but
at least.
You'll see a picture of that here in a minute. But I saw Adam and Tony by themselves, and I just went up and talked to them and gave them both hugs and congratulated them, because like the people that don't race don't know what it takes to like build something from the ground up. The effort, the dollars, the hours in the shop, you got 2 guys there, father-son team, like that is awesome, right? And and to be able to like just those memories of the times in the shop and just, you know, cussing and discussing like where they're going to put things and how things are going to work, you know, it's just my hat's off to them. And I just, you know, this whole TNS team, I look for good things, you know, coming their way. Now, not to say there ain't a ring of players in that whole group that's going to be able to run with this car, but I'm just saying this is a very nice, very well put together automobile. And this was the 8.5 car, right? This was the 3rd gen, right?
Yeah.
And they still have their 4th gen for sale. So if anybody needs a 4th gen there, they still got that for sale as well. But yeah, go ahead, Gary. What's your thoughts?
Yeah. You know, like you said, we got the chance, and you can see there in the background, there's little chunkier pickup. There's not very many there. We was there pretty early. And so that was a little more relaxing for you and us, and probably the Phillips too. You know, they were doing some stuff. We weren't in the way. Just kind of got to browse around the inside and out of this car, and it was, like you said, it's really well put together, and it's such a kill. I mean, the underhood, like when you're face to face with that Hemi, in front of that Hemi, it's so big, and that giant blower, and it's just a really big piece of equipment, and it's an impressive piece, man. Yeah. And the headers, you know, I'm a welder and I do that kind of stuff. And I was poking down there looking at the headers, and I think Adam Goose or somebody said Adam did all the welding and stuff and built the headers, and he did a really great job on those headers.
Yeah.
I couldn't build nothing like that when I was his age. You know what I mean? Right. He's very talented, and they did a great job on this car.
Yeah. Fantastic job. Yeah. So we'll see how the rest of the season plays out, but great debut, and so, you know, congratulations to him. It's a really nice piece.
Morrow Photography says, always a sea of orange in the pits, the lanes, or the line. I love seeing them all together.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah, we were kind of joking around with them, saying since they didn't come to Mad, you know, we had to come up here and check this car out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I mean, they just need a couple more weeks, but it's all
and
how it goes.
And speaking of the orange, when I went to my closet to get this shirt, it's the easiest shirt to tear out of the closet.
Yeah, I know. I did the same thing. I was just like, oh, there it is.
It's
Yeah.
in a sea of black and gray.
Yeah, yeah.
It's orange.
Yeah, if I
so
was
easy.
picking out one of Vanderhoof's shirts, I would be like, I'd have to open it up, like which
Yeah.
see which one's on there. But like I just looked like, orange, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
A little bit more on the Phillips. Shelly Phillips, she made a Facebook post talking a little bit about it. First weekend out was a success. Ended the weekend early with a first round loss to Devin Brown, but we ran another personal best of 417 at 180. First time in the teens. To say that the team is happy would be an understatement. I'm sure Tony will make a post thanking all of the amazing people who helped get us here. But for now, here's some pics of the weekend. And you can see in the bottom there, there's, these 5 pics, and there's 38 more. I snagged a few of these that go back to the build over the winter.
Yeah.
And just, father, son, they're studying this, they're looking at this, making it a great car.
Yeah.
Okay, I like this picture. There's Tony with his arm, banged up and still working on it.
Can't stop, won't stop. I mean, come on.
I think somebody also said in the post that even if his legs were broken up, he'd still be out working on the car.
Agree.
And there he's laying underneath it with a broken arm or whatever's happened to it. I don't remember. He fell in the ice or something, I think.
Right.
Yeah. Look at that smile on his face inside that car.
Heck yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Boy, it came a long ways.
Right.
Little shot of the headers there.
Yep.
But man, hats off to the Phillips crew. They did a great job on this car.
Absolutely. Fantastic job. Excited to see it progress, and great outing, and they're still shaking it out, and so it's definitely going to be there.
Yep. Yeah, it's going to be a heavy player for sure.
Yeah.
And like you said, in a sea of heavy players.
Yeah, exactly.
They're hitters, man. So fast.
Yeah.
Such good cars.
Love it. This is the class where we watch with the popcorn, when we're.
That's right.
I mean, they go and then we go, so we get to watch, and I like that.
Yeah. Yep. We, Friday morning.
Yeah, look at that.
This cat shows up with a.
Look at that. Title himself.
Yep. He's got some eggs and bacon. He was out running around.
That was Martin supplied that to him, right?
Yeah, I think he took some bacon over there and they cooked it up, and then they got him some breakfast there on the plate.
Heck yeah, man. Yeah,
this dude worked his ass off. Him and his racetrack crew, they did a great job all weekend.
Absolutely.
Man, they worked.
I loved his post yesterday too, just kind of talking through it and things he saw from his side, the chair he sits in, the lenses he looks out of, and how things are going, his expectations, and making little audibles as the day went on, the weekend went on. And I mean, like I just responded back, I'll be back. I heard great things. Marty Chance always told me about how cool this track was, and you need to go down there. And actually we realized too, is wasn't as far of a drive as we initially thought. It was as far like by an hour. And so but yeah, it's a cool little racetrack. It really is. And we'll definitely coming back. We'll definitely be there in October, and maybe even before. So we'll see.
And a bonus, they've got a Buc-ee's and a Waffle House.
Oh yeah, can't stop, won't stop. Plus, it's on the way to Mako. Now we know exactly how long it takes to Mako too, or Mocan.
Right.
Mocan, excuse me.
Mocan, yeah.
Mocan.
Yeah, we rolled by there, and it's like, oh, it takes this long. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, that was like 3 hours, or just right at 3 hours. So.
Yep.
And we weren't beating the bush to get there, just just driving along, and there's Mocan.
Yep, exactly right.
Mark says the Martin crew hooked me up with the goods. That's right.
Heck yeah, they did. Yeah, if you're hanging around the Martin crew and you go hungry, that's your fault, because they got it going on and everything's delicious.
Yeah, and so some more breakfast. Was this?
Yeah.
This morning?
Yeah. So Saturday morning, tell the story. Was it Stanley? Stanley came over to our pit. Stanley, and he said, "Hey,
yes, he did."
He goes, "Goose wants to see you," and he said, "Go on in that RV like you own it." And like, all right. And so we put our stuff down and walked over there, and this was sitting on the table when we walked in. Him and Donna hooked us up there with, what we got, a little bacon, some eggs, toast, water. I mean, hospitality to the nine.
Yeah.
Just, like, incredible. Just couldn't do it, just incredible.
Yeah. And hanging out with
stories and go ahead.
Hanging out with the Phillips crew. You're not hungry with them either. It's
yeah, no, you ain't. Yeah. But it was cool. We hung out with these guys for about an hour and just told stories and of course, Goose, you can't believe half of them, but of course, when you're hanging out with Goose, you got to tell half lies as well. And so it's just you're going away smiling, giggling, laughing, and just having a good old time, man. And so
tall cold for 2 days.
That's it. Yeah. And he played a couple jokes on us. There's a couple of things went missing for a little bit, and he blocked the road for us to get into the lanes a couple times, and all in fun though. All in fun. But
Larry says Tito drugged me along like a dog with bacon to do the Mean Street chip draw.
No joke. The Mean Street chip draw. What was that? 490, Gary? It was at 4.0 to 520 in five increments, right?
Yeah, 490 to 520 or 530, 520. Yeah.
So 490, 495, 50, 505, etc.
Yeah.
And they pulled that 490 chip out of there.
Ooh, fast one out.
That's a fast class right there. Fast class.
Oh, speaking of food, there's some more food.
Yeah.
From Goose.
This is Goose. He dropped this off. Ham.
Well, I was over talking to Craig Ondrick.
Yeah.
And looking at his Firebird, and you called me, but I was talking to Craig about maybe coming on the show sometime.
Sure.
And then you sent me a picture, and I opened it up.
This is your lawn chair.
Yeah, you sent this picture, and I was like, okay, this must be from Goose.
Yep.
And I didn't see you outside over there, nothing. So I walked over to the trailer, and he was sitting out beside the trailer, and you pointed up inside at my chair, and there's that plate of meat. Man, that was so delicious.
Time for dinner.
Oh, it was so good.
Man, they treated us well there.
Did Goose make all that too?
It came from his property, his area. I don't know who made it, but he's the one that he's the one that came over with 2 plates.
God, that meat was delicious, man.
Yeah. Delicious.
Austin says that 490 chip was the only one he didn't want.
I know. Isn't that something?
But he's a good racer.
Austin's a racer, is he not? You know what I mean?
Well, he went to the final, right?
He gets down. You throw him at him, he'll take him out. Popping the tree on him. Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah.
There's a cool picture of Goose. Look at that.
The man, the myth, the legend. That's a great shot. I told him, I go, hey, stay still right there and take a picture. So he's posing it up. Yeah. Good time. Man, I'm going to brag about him a little bit. He paid all weekend for Gary. He paid for his pass. I hope that's okay.
Yep, my weekend band. Yep.
Yeah. Paid for a weekend band. He came over and, to test on Friday, you had to pay a little money. He handed me my tech card. He said, here you go for Friday. Yep. We're thinking about when we go, we have to truck and trailer, and we have to unhook. And he brought him and Donna handed us the keys to her little Bronco to say, here, use our vehicle to run around town while you're here. And this community is just fantastic, and just never seen this kind of love before, and it's just great family. Yeah. So
that was extremely generous and very much appreciated to not have to unhook the truck, and it's a 30-mile drive to town or so ish. And
right.
It sure was convenient and handy.
Yeah. That worked out great.
The next picture. Are you ready for this story?
I don't know. Am I?
Okay. I heard this going on in the riff raff over here, and I had to get a picture.
Man, I tell you what. So this is the hat, okay? This is the hat we're talking about right here. So you guys know, or maybe you don't know, I had a little cut here. I had a little skin cancer they had to cut out. So my wife saw me like, you get one of those hats like Gary, those Bucky hats. And so Doug Chance, you know, Marty Chance, Doug Chance hooked me up and got me a hat. And so, you know,
Hey,
all right.
is that the same hat or is that a stunt hat? Is it a stand-in? Is it the same
no,
one?
it's no stand-in.
Okay.
And so I'm wearing my hat like I'm supposed to, you know, I'm being a good guy. And we come back and the hat's missing.
Ooh,
Right? The hat's missing.
it's
So
gone.
we're just like, what? Where's my hat? You know? And so lo and behold, this guy comes over a little bit and acts like, hey, how's it going? How'd your car run? You know, and we're looking at him like, hey, have you seen my hat? No. What are you talking about? You know, it just plays it up for about what, 2 hours?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
At
And
least.
then so finally he came clean and he said, yeah, see, he's pointing. He goes, that guy over there has your hat. He says, it's Larry Hunt. He's got your hat. He said it was rolling in the staging lanes.
Yep.
And I found it, and Larry Hunt said it was his hat. And I was like, okay, you know.
Well, what did Goose tell you about that hat by the end of the year? What's going to happen?
Oh, I forgot, dude, for real.
He said by the end of the year, he's going to have that hat.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes.
I might have to go get him a hat from Doug and Marty.
Look here. He says, don't forget to bring my car keys to Spokane.
That's another story. He stole the car keys back. So Donna could leave. He stole.
I tried to stay out of the whole car
my goodness.
episode because I didn't know what was real and what was trickery.
He had me going 2 or 3 different ways, man. Oh my goodness. I'm cracking up.
You have to like give it back to him too. Like you got to give him the shit back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and he told, I didn't realize this either, but since Donna's name came up, I guess the story goes as Donna Newberry is the luckiest woman in the 4-state area. We were told that at breakfast. So
yes, absolutely.
Kansas, Oklahoma, was it Missouri, and was it
Arkansas?
Yeah, the luckiest woman in the 4-state area. And I was just like, wow, did I know that? Golly, that's pretty lucky. And of course, I look at Donna, I was like, did you know that? And of course, she's just laughing. Don't listen to that guy.
Mark says it's all lies with Goose.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my goodness. He's pointing that way, and he's probably getting ready to take my parachute string or something, you know, to do the cable there with his left hand. You know what I mean? He's got me looking to the right. Oh my goodness.
And was it not coincidence, because I don't think it happened, was it not coincidence that he was just at the trailer when the generator shut off?
Goodness. Yes, I forgot about that, Gary. So we're sitting there and we just get back, and he is around. You know what I mean? He's around. Oh, hey, that's a good lick, you know, because we were making good licks on Saturday.
Yeah.
And he comes, oh, it's a good lick. Okay, good. And you know, being part of the team, and no joke. So you see my cart there. I got 2 carts that obviously run off the generator, and none of the stuff was working. The blowers wasn't working. The little vacuum, the part of the cooler for the tranny went. You know, we got no power. And we look inside real quick, and all the lights are on, but we didn't dawn on us that that's running on the internal battery inside the trailer. So we're just like, oh no, it's not. This, you know, it must be good. And all of a sudden, about 5 minutes later, you know, he's just over here. He's probably misguiding us. You know what I mean? Well, it could be this over there. You know what I mean? You're just trying to figure it out. And the generator shut off.
Yep.
That generator ran.
And it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
That thing ran for 2 days straight, but for that minute, it shut off. It's like, come on, man. That was awesome. Yeah, no, I didn't touch that. No. And of course, he's like, no, for real this time. I didn't do it, you know, and everything.
Yeah. Well, I was inside the trailer
and
it shut off the second time. So I ran to the back of your trailer to peek around and like it didn't matter who it was.
Yeah.
Nobody. It's so wide open at the rate. Nobody had time to get away.
Right.
And I
Right.
peeked around there and it's like, well, there's no orange. I don't see
Yeah.
goose. Nobody.
Nothing.
Like you could not have got away
No. Yeah.
faster than I got to the back of the trailer to not
Oh,
be
my
seen. But it's like, okay, something weird is going on with the generator, and
Man.
maybe Goose is right. It wasn't him.
Coincidence, huh? What's Julia saying?
Julia says Donna is a saint of a woman. I think it's the other way around.
Oh,
He's
yeah, definitely the other way around. Definitely. 40 years, he told us, right? 40 years they've been together. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's a lot of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of fun with Goose and the whole Phillips crew, man.
Oh, yeah.
Such good, so fun. It was a fun weekend racing.
It really was. He brought out, when we were at breakfast, he brought out these new shirts for 2025 for TNS, and they're not, they're nice. Of course, they're orange.
The button-up crew shirts.
Yeah, a little button-up crew shirt, and he turns it around. It's got their logo, and he's like, I hand-stitched every one of these. Every one. He's like, I hand-stitched every one of these suckers.
Yeah, that's funny. Yep. That was great. All the interaction with Goose, man. And there's
and it worked out perfect. Like, back to the last show, we were talking about going to Flying H. Some people caught it because I did a squirrel moment, like, Gary, I want to talk to you. And we, because if we went to Flying H and then Ozark, it would have been 3 weekends in a row, which is a lot. And
that was Mother's Day weekend too.
Yeah, Mother's Day weekend, and and so we're like, when we got offline, I'm like, hey, let's sneak over to Ozark. I'm just gonna we're gonna hook up with Larry Hunt. We did. We messaged him because there's some little things you need to, like time, where to stay at the hotel. You gotta have an inside person. Where to park.
Hey, hang on. Yeah. In the show, you said, hey, Gary, I need to talk to you offline. And man, it was right after that. Larry made the comment, see you guys at Ozark.
Yeah, he locked it in. He knew.
He got on right away. So he was our go-to contact for info from Springfield.
Absolutely. And in thinking too, like, we're running the Titan series. We're going to make every race. Lord willing, we can make every race. But the thought process for Gary and I was, man, we need to go down there and get on this track and get some tune-ups. And so to be ready for October. So when we go in October, it's not the first time we're there and racing. And I know you've been there a couple times as a spectator, but like just, getting on the track and feeling the track. And so, this weekend was fantastic for us. We didn't win the final. We came up 0.003 short, but we got 4 tune-ups ready for the summer. I mean, I feel like we got our hot rod back, if you will, and if you can take home a little money and pay for your weekend, what do we say? If the first win is driving up with oil pressure, that's what you won right there. And then, to get those tune-ups, to get a little pocket change, to pay for the weekend, you win, so, but our whole plan worked. And so we appreciate everybody with the hospitality and just, treating us like family, a couple boys over here from Kansas that rolled in and it's a good group over there. It really is.
Trying to sneak in under the radar, and we realized when we got there, the radar wasn't that big.
That's okay. You know what I mean? But it worked because everybody knew a goose. You know what I mean? And he even mentioned that. He's like, everybody knows. I didn't know what's going on, because so we saw Tyler. He goes, I already know. I talked to Larry. Here, you're going to park right here. I was like, oh, okay. And then we saw Al. I was like, yeah, Larry, and which is totally great. You know what I mean? It's just a good time. I wonder if Babyface knew we were rolling out there. I see him watching. We'll see what he says here. Because I got a comment about Babyface later when we watch some videos.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Mark, we first started talking to Mark. He was like, yeah, we came in under the radar. Nobody knew. And Mark's like, no, we knew.
I was like, no, you're busted.
Damn, come on.
Yeah. Well, and plus we gave that little Springfield Bucky's post around noon, right? Or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we snuck a little this. We threw that up in a little Facebook post. Just having lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, maybe we'll go see if there's a shootout.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you're ready to move on a little bit.
Yeah,
and
let's do it. Let's see.
about to get into some racing.
Yeah.
This was quite a deal on Saturday. Larry Hunt.
Friday night.
Oh, Friday night. Okay. And Larry says, just like that, Ozark has a 3-second small tire radial racetrack. Todd Bennett went 398. Hats off, Mark Werdehausen, Zachary Wilson, Brad Allen. That was awesome. Killer racetrack tonight. And that was on a 275. Woo.
Nice, man. I've seen that car in videos kind of over there, you know what I mean? And I got to go up and look at it a little bit, with the front end off, and that's a really nice piece.
Yeah. Those Corvette bodies like that make really cool looking race cars.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a nice, very nice car.
Yeah. Congrats, Mark, and your track crew for putting all that together and giving it a good surface to make that happen. That takes all the right pieces to pull off a fast pass like that, man.
Right. And let's be honest, the air wasn't that great.
Oh no, it was not.
It was I think the first number was a 3.
Yeah, it was like about 3,000 feet the whole weekend. I think it was pretty crummy. Was not ideal.
That app was so cool too, where you could see that stuff.
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
Yeah, it's all there. You just screenshot or go back, and I think you can go back right now and see type in your number and probably see your passes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We got a cool picture here. This is the Titans founders, Larry Hunt in the background there with his Malibu, and up front here is Al and his dragster.
Yeah, you see, Dre's got a small block with a Pro Charger. Did you see that?
Yeah, it's got a blower on it.
Heck yeah, man. He knows what's up.
Yeah, that was cool to get a picture that's, find a picture that has come from Morrow Photography and got both of them guys in that picture. That's cool.
Yeah. No, it's a great team right there. It's like
Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about his track guys, he said that was 100% Zach and Brad.
Nice. Well,
that's
done.
awesome.
Well done, guys.
Man. Okay, we're about to get into some racing here, and look who pops up. Bam! Look at that.
Great shot there from Friday Night Fights there from Morrow Photography. Yeah. After the burnout backing up.
So talk about that Friday Night Fights deal, how cool that was.
Yeah, that was cool. And Mark, you might have to help me because it's my first time knowing it. But basically how it worked is, however many cars get in, the fastest 4 make it to the next round to race each other. And then now that fastest 4, the fastest 2 will get 1 extra lap to race each other, as a race off for $250 on the side. And end up being Wes Schote got that money, and he actually gave it back to the Klingman family, is my understanding. And so, but he got that on Friday night. He won the Friday Night Fights. But it's pretty cool because it's a race within the race. You're going to have 2 test sessions, right? And then so they're out of the fastest 4, they're just going to pair you guys up and let you run again in the finals. And so if you're the fastest, you get 1 more hit on the track, which is very important. Very important.
Yep.
I wish I had 1 more hit on the track before the finals on Saturday. And so, but it's a nice little concept where it's a race within a race, and you get a little, getting some money there. And so both players there, Wes Schote and Devin Brown, doubled up in that Friday Night Fights and then the main event on Saturday. So it's a pretty cool concept, actually.
Yeah, it is. That's a really cool way to do it.
Yeah.
It's fun and exciting, and it's not just out making test runs.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly right, Gary. You're just not out, test runs are important, but like, hey, they're kind of dangling that carrot out there, hey, you want to do this, go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's almost like, when you do qualifying and they do like, hey, Friday night, the fastest qualifier gets $100 or something, what I mean? It kind of, so you make those passes. It's kind of, since it's a chip draw situation, it kind of throws something out there where, you can do that as well. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, here's that great shout out, Mark. Let's talk about that. I didn't notice that.
Hang on a second. Todd Bennett. Todd says with the Corvette, he says, I was out of it at 3.6 just in case anyone gets close. There's more in the tank.
Okay. Let them know, Todd. Let them know. 3.6. Yeah. Heck yeah. That thing's a runner, man. That thing is getting down. And just shows that, this little track right here, in Rogersville, can handle it. So that's awesome. My point is, I'm sure Todd's been to like XRP or I don't even know what track to say, Ennis, and where he's running those top numbers, and to run a 3 at an event like this is saying something. That's awesome.
Yeah. And Mark says Jason Lansdowne in big tire as well.
We had a triple up.
So he doubled up also.
Man,
wow.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a great concept, and yeah, I like it. I can see other tracks doing that, especially on the chip draw type nights.
I think that big tire was the 57 Chevy, I think, if I'm thinking right. Yep.
I think you're right. Yep. We'll see them here in the winner circle here in a minute.
Winner's picks. Here's a really cool pick. You finally got one of these.
Yeah, I did. I finally got a picture of that. I asked her on the side if she had one, and of course she had 3,000 pictures to look at or something, and so finally, and it's a great shot. And Fodad got one too, but he even said when he sent it over to us, it might be just a touch blurry, but he thought Melissa had one, and so. But yeah, so this picture here, just to let everybody know, this picture here and the other picture that Gary just showed, I've already ordered, postered and framed. So hopefully she'll have them ready for MoCan. But I got a couple spots on my shop wall that I'll put these. So and she even said, she goes, do you want the little labels on or off? And I go, I want you to leave them on, because when I look back, I can like where track it was, what event it was, and that sort of thing, and so, but yeah, so. That's pretty cool. Was it you I was telling, or maybe it was Tanner? I'm not a color white fan. Really? I've never heard you say that.
I am not.
This is the first time I've heard this.
I call white factory primer.
You told me it's primer, factory primer. They haven't put the real paint on yet.
Your car is making white look really good.
Oh yeah? All right. Appreciate it.
It's your car just looks so good, man.
Thank you.
And I still don't like white, but but your car makes the white color look extremely cool.
I appreciate that, for real. Speaking of, Gary, do you remember when we were in the staging lanes and Mr. Goose came over and talked about putting an orange stripe down the side?
Yes.
And you were negotiating that. I was like, yeah, you can put as big as orange stripe as you want. We just need to write a check.
Better come with a big fat check. And he goes, I'll give you $100. I'm not going to get it. We could have negotiated that too, like $100 an inch. The stripe.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
that would work.
There you go.
Yeah, Melissa says 1,800. I think.
Oh, there you go. Golly, that's awesome.
Doug likes it. Doug says cool shots.
When I went through here, Gary, on this picture, I knew the shoe was out, and I saw her standing on this little platform they got down there, and I thought, oh, I hope that turns out good. I hope she gets a picture of that.
It did, man. It turned out good. Jim Robinson says look a lot better with black wheels. You mean dirty wheels? Rod don't have a dirty car.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That's probably where Troy's at too. Think how much better it'd be with black rims back in it. Still waiting to see the black hubcaps. Again, dirty wheels.
Well, and I thought some black hubcaps were coming back, because I heard a little story that we kind of surprised Goose, so maybe he wasn't ready. So we'll see at MoCan.
Yeah, beware, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doug says no dirty wheels. Good. That's what we're talking about. No dirty wheels. Here is Mr. Wes's car.
Yeah, look at that thing. That's awesome.
That's a machine, man.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Oh, Scarlett, spare change, man. Show me speed. He's the champ, right? 8.5. He's the champ.
He is.
Right there. So.
Yep. And that's a 388 ish inch. So
388, yeah.
oh man, it runs good.
Yeah. Very intelligent person right here running this program. Very intelligent.
Yes. Yes. Oh, Larry says he forgot them at home.
Good. That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, we had some conversations with Wes, and it was, we said it before here when Wes and people like him talk, we just listen.
Yeah, absolutely. And what Gary's talking about too, on Friday night we couldn't find it. We hit the tires and we did a wheelie, and so we kind of was moving some weight around and went back to the hotel. We got to use the little Bronco and drove in. It's a 30-mile drive, so you get a good conversation in. And when we came back, we're just like, the weight, the shock settings, all that we're going to put in, kind of do a little set it and forget it. And then just around that time, Wes came over to us and just started, chatting it up. How's it going? And yeah. And
Sparks.
yeah, no kidding. Thank goodness for Willie Skis. Took care of all that. You know what I mean? I was under that car as soon as we got back, and Willie Ski did his job. And but anyway, he was over there just talking to us, and it's a weird situation because he's, the competition, but yet he's just like we've known him for 20 years and just starts talking about tune-ups and bringing it in and retard and just all of that and above, and we know enough to know what he's talking about. I'm sure his level is one step above mine or yours. But like just talking through it, and because he'd always say, because we would just sit there and look at him and not say anything, and he's like, and he would kind of like, you know what I mean, and like, oh yeah, no, we get it, we're just listening, and he's like, okay, and so he's right, basically, at the end of the day, what do they say in cars? Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Yeah, and so that's what we did, and so we came out on the first hit Saturday and put a little something in it and went through a 74, wasn't it? At like 159 or something, something soft. And just start pecking it back, And so it's good. So what we decided, and this is what going back to Spaniak was asking. And so we can talk about it now and we can vote on it or whatever you guys want to do. We still need to talk to Al and Larry, by the way. So don't. So this is all new. But Gary and I want to start over. So we want to go back to Centerville and let's just start over clean. Devin's in. I think the Phillips are probably in. I don't know.
Gary.
Gary's in, but like, let's just chat it up. What do you guys want to do? We're ready now for real. And so what do you guys think?
Well, I thought about that since then, about, voting, we know Devin's in and we talked about it. And I think if you had to be present to vote, I think.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So, and the majority voted. The majority voted.
And it was elected. There was a nomination. There wasn't anything.
Nobody voted no.
No. I think Frost would be in as well.
Sure.
But yeah. So Mocan's going to be fun. I can tell you that right now.
It sure is. Yes.
Yeah, but seriously, Wes coming over. Really appreciate the conversation. 30, 45 minutes. We would just talk in between, and I can't say enough about this guy right here for real. Really appreciate your same hospitality, talking through us. We talk on the big end, talk when we came back, and I got a good story after we watched the video.
Okay. A little side note: Julie says the pajamas are washed.
Oh, bam! She ain't messing around. Koosh.
Yes, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, this next picture shows the finish of your race.
Okay.
You ready for that tight picture? You know?
Let's see it.
Woo! I would imagine it was even tighter than this. This isn't the finish line.
Yeah. No, and the angle, like you were saying before, it's just a little bit, the photographer's a little bit in front. And but Kimberly sent this over to us, and it was a great picture after we kind of all got back to the trailers and still had all that adrenaline, and everybody was excited and that sort of thing. But it was a race, man. It was a race.
Do you want to watch those? There's 3 videos. You want to watch those 3?
Check them out.
There's 3 of them. We got there's a 360 camera on top of Wes's car on the roof.
Okay.
And there's a little compilation that Chris from FODED put together, and then there's from your inside car from your phone.
Which one are you going to do first? Because I want to set it up just a little bit on each one.
I'm going to do your in car last.
Okay.
So we got the 360 or the little compilation.
On the do the 360. On the 360, because I believe me, I've already watched all these 100 times, and I've lost every time. I don't get it. I put it on the phone.
Oh, really?
I put it on the 65-inch TV. I lost. But anyway, maybe I'll win this time. But if this is the 360 one, you'll see where I'm backing up, and Babyface Brian, he wanted to verify the doors. He's like, I think you got those 700-pound doors on. Let me verify. So he kind of opens it, closes the door. Okay, check. And he saw him give a thumbs up to Al or Larry, maybe whoever it was. But like, all right, they're the 700-pound doors. And you also see, like, once you get shot out of this, the slingshot effect, if you will, you'll see just a millisecond where my car makes just a little move, and then we run through just like that. And I tell you that to watch it, and then I'll tell you the rest of the story that Shote was telling me on the big end.
I'm wondering about Brian. You talked about Brian closing your door.
Yeah.
Maybe his car isn't really broke. Maybe he planned this to be on the starting line just to audit your door.
Do a little audit, a little cute.
Yeah.
A little quality stamp.
Yeah. Maybe that's what that was. Okay.
I didn't think about that, because he was there all the time. Were you there?
Yeah.
Good point.
Yep.
Yeah.
He had to find the right moment to get in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, let's watch this 360 video. It's a minute long. You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Man,
great video.
Dang,
great video.
I couldn't tell. Did you win yet?
I don't think I did on that one. You know what I mean? And even before the pass, me and Shote and I were talking. I told him I was going to run a 49 on that pass, and I was just a touch off there, but that's what I felt like would it go. The 157 too. That's only when I went 39, or I think I just said 57. I meant 60.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. When I went 39 at Texas at 500 feet of air, it went 167.9, and that was 167.5 or something. So that just gets me excited, especially being at 3,000 feet of air. But so setting it up here, when we got down, because at Ozark, when you go through, like, I didn't know who won. You know what I mean? Because it was that tight. At some tracks, there's the scoreboard's a little bit down where you can see it real quick, or maybe there's a light bulb on the walls. You can see your light bulb come on his side or your side. And so we get down. And of course, we're getting our helmet off, and we're both just shaking. We're kind of parked by each other, and we both I go, who won? And he goes, I don't know who won. And and course, so I'm getting ready to get back in my car, because I have my phone in there for the video, in-car video, and I was going to find the app. Well, he had his phone in his pocket, so I saw him getting for it. So I just started walking over to him. And he's like, seriously, I don't know who won. And he goes, but I can tell you one thing. He goes, when I usually look over and I know where I'm at with somebody, you know what I mean? And I was like, right. And he goes, and so I looked over and I hit the scramble. And I was like, oh yeah. And of course, as soon as he said that, I was just thinking to myself, Rod, why didn't you hit the scramble? You know, anyway, that's beside the point. And so he gets his phone out and he looks, and you know, of course, you're still just like, did I win? Did I win? And he goes, oh man, I got you by 003. And I was like, oh, and we high-fived and hugged. I was like, man, it's a great race and appreciate all your help and thoughts and you know, conversation and everything. And you know, we still had a blast. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so yeah.
Yeah, that was a really cool, a cool viewpoint up on the roof in that camera. That's so cool.
Show that in-car.
The in-car next?
And then, so when Gary and I are, you know, buckling up and we're turning everything on, you know, you kind of have that visit right before you like shut the door for the last time. And I told Gary, I'm going to tell this story. I told Gary, I go, if I'm out at the 60, I'm going to win this. And so so that's telling myself, like, you better cut a light, you know? And so in this video right here, you're going to see, and half the people I've shown this to hasn't seen it, but like, you're going to see us racing, you know, leaving at the very edge. If you look at like right where my helmet is, if you're looking out my window, you barely see him go bloop and then fade back. Just go bloop, just for a nanosecond. And that was at the end, you know. So it was a fantastic race. He, you know, and he's, you know, it's pretty cool too, with him having the record now and everything. I saw where Chris put out there, you know, going to 43, and so, but yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah, ready to watch that in the car? Here we go. It's only 33 seconds. Here we go.
Come on.
Great,
man. I never noticed it till you just described it. Or his nose just barely.
It just right
man,
there. Yeah,
what a race!
What a race! And two things too. Like, as you saw me, like, that steering wheel didn't move. I just knew, like, because my car likes to move around a little bit. Like, I knew this is for the real. You know what I mean? I needed everything. Yeah. And so, and also, you saw me hit the chute kind of late because I wanted to make sure I made it through before. You know what I mean? And,
yeah.
I usually don't pull the chute that late because I know you're supposed to drive through the chute and all that. But yeah, that was, even like, seriously, Gary, if we did this race again, and you know, they're like, if they said, hey, you're going to go down here and this is all what's going to happen, and at the end you're going to lose by 0.3, you know, 003, I'd say, okay, yeah, I'm in. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah,
because we're gonna learn some stuff along the way.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was awesome.
That was valuable.
And also, everyone watching that races, like, if you got videos you want to send in to Gary to play on this deal, you know, that'd be fantastic. Unless you got something on that, Gary, where you think differently, but like, you know, whoever that, you know, from that's watching this, the races, that has little videos that from the races we're at.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. And just I'm not a video expert, but I know to run it through here, it needs to be in MP4 format. If it comes off your cell phone, it's already MP4. I snatch it through, I download it through Facebook Messenger or whatever, and I can put it right into here. If it's some other trickery format, I don't know how to convert it and stuff. So I just use the easy button, and MP4 works.
Well, because like, I don't know, for example, Devin and What was it? Todd had a real close race.
Yes.
Todd? I mean, if someone had an in-car video of that,
Oh yeah.
we could play it here.
Right.
I'm just using that as a suggestion.
Yep. There's one more video.
Okay.
And we'll watch it. Here we go.
.443 at 168.
Man,
Nice.
such an awesome race. Woo, man.
That's awesome, man.
That make the highlight reel every time.
Absolutely.
Man.
I don't know if you remember this. I'm gonna kind of put you in a spot. Remember we were driving back and I told you what I wanted to be successful. What did I say? Remember?
Oh man, I was tired.
I just said all I want
I remember we had the conversation.
is to give him a race. Remember that?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So I think I did.
Yep. If you made him grab the scramble button, you did it. You did it.
Well, hats off, man. So now let's talk about it. 43, I think that's his best. You got a handful of other guys that already been in the 40s, myself, Spaniak. I think I'm not sure about Frost. But yeah. So I'm just excited for the rest of this year.
Yeah. Yeah. When you look at the ET your car ran with the 60-foot and the weather and all that, it's like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It's going to be good. I'm excited.
A couple comments. Let's catch up here. Julia Brown says Riker was asleep until he heard those turbos. He woke up crying. Picking on the turbos, man.
Oh, that's crazy.
Doug says, wow, it was a great race.
Yeah. Thank you.
Troy says that's the difference in the average airflow across the polished surface and the way the sun reflects in them. The black rim would have been faster as it would have went faster as it repelled light.
Sound like a scientist there.
Okay, Troy.
That's awesome. Cool.
Dr. Aves.
Dr. A's.
Oh, here is the time slip.
Yeah.
That's some impressive numbers on that slip.
Yeah. And talking about his side, he, and I get it too. I mean, he didn't, push the tree as hard. We talked about that on the big end. His car's 60 foot in the 12s. I think he went a 14 and a 13 earlier, but 296, 440s, that's getting it. Good mile an hour. And you can see there that 003. Of course, I look at this time slip and wish I would have went a 023 on the light, which I've done that before. I wish I would have pulled a 00 out of my butt like I have before. But and I'll just tell you too, I went back and looked at the file and I had 8 pounds on the scramble. I showed Gary, it's like, daggone it.
Dang it.
Yeah, but that's all right. This was and we talked about it during the winter, like, what motivates you? Why do you spend the money? Why do you work out in the garage all the time? You got to have that motivation. And this does, this is what motivates me right here. Losing like that. So I raced Brendan Mock a few years back when he first got that blue Mustang at the Big Block Dark City. And I lost by 008. And that just motivates you. You know what I mean? That's the ones I remember. the ones that lose.
Yeah, and I remember talking to Wes, and he said he doesn't like to go to a race and be a puppy kicker. Or,
Yeah.
you know, if the scenario is there where you got quite a bit on the other cars, he wants to race like this.
Yeah.
And look what it did.
Yeah.
When you got to race.
Yeah. We were sitting there, he even said it. He goes, man, my hands are shaking. I'm like, when we were getting out of the car, so I was like, I know, man, that was freaking awesome. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah. What's Eric? Eric says, what a great race. Nice job.
Thanks, Eric. You good job on your car as well. We saw it at Flying H in those videos and stuff.
Can't wait to see it. Ray Parsons says, getting my ass whipped always very, very much motivates me.
That's it. Ray knows what I'm talking about.
Yep. From the show, I suppose this is Wes commenting, close races keep everyone working.
Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you, Wes. Thanks for commenting. I was kind of looking for you to make sure you're on the show, but man, take a minute here. Hats off to you, my man. I mean, coming over, talking with us,
tips and tricks,
and how's it going, and just talking about our programs, and I mean, we talked about everything under the sun. Even Gary is thinking about his program and some stuff we were talking about, and just hats off to you. You can tell, like, just your personality and everything, that you want everybody to do well, and so this, I've been to other events where you get shunned or whatever when you come to you go out of town, and you're worried about, oh, that guy over there, he might get me, I'm staying away, and so you can tell right now that you're not that way, and I mean, like we already talked about, I'm sure I'll be sending you my shocks. I'm sure we talked about the laser. I know Gary had some questions with ARs, and so
you gonna do the shocks over the winter or over the summer break here in a little bit?
I think over the winter.
Holy moly! Woo! She's got a fistful of bacon.
Oh, I see, bear boy.
I was forget what I was saying. Oh, Wes. No, we're still on. Wes come up there in the back of the trailer after you guys had raced, and he's like, Gary, you need to get your car running so we help whip them Fords around,
I know. Yeah, he did. He came over. He goes, Gary, listen, man, you got to help me out. This is when the event's over. All the pictures are done, and we're just kind of cleaning up. And he comes back over again. And we're just BSing. He's like, Gary, you get your car rolling. He goes, let's think about it. Go, Rod, Spaniac, Frost, all these Fords. He goes, I might be one, but like, you gotta get it's just me and Babyface over here. You gotta get your car rolling or something. So anyway, that was pretty awesome.
Smarty Pants over here. She says it rolls.
Oh, she cutting you up.
It rolls. That's the only thing it does.
It rolls.
It rolls
in
on
the
a
garage,
win.
out of the garage. In the garage, out of the garage.
On the jacks, off the jacks. On the jacks, off the jacks.
Yes.
Who asked you?
Gary's like, go on now, go on now.
Look at that. This is what dreams are made of right here.
Look at that. That is it.
I go to work so I can afford bacon.
That's
See,
it.
then he forgives me for what I said.
There's the trade-off.
Yep. We got a comment here. What's this? Oh, Wes is laughing. Here you are at the back of your trailer with a little check in your hand.
Hold on. There's 3 comments there. After Eric.
Oh, Eric. Oh, Larry. Larry says Wes truly cares for every racer. That's right.
Yeah, definitely.
Ray says Wes is a racer. Yep. That's right.
Oh, cool.
Great racer too, man.
Yeah. No, there's a picture there. We're loading up and went up there, and anytime you can bring home a little money, it's a win. I didn't get the big winner circle picture, but that's all right. It keeps you driving. So.
Yeah. And you was on the other side of the car. You pulled the car up there on the ramp to get hooked up, and I was kind of over there waiting to go underneath and hook it. And you said, look in there. You see that? You just pointed to the dash. Look in there. You see that? And I looked, and I didn't really know what you was looking at, pointing at, and you're like, it's got oil pressure.
That's right.
Yes.
You load up with oil pressure. win.
Yep.
That's a win. Yeah. You
Yes,
have a little money in your hand. That's a win. That's the second win. If you can get in the winner circle picture, that's the third win. Yeah.
She has bacon. She's got bacon. So Saturday night, Friday night we hit the Waffle House. Saturday night we went back to the Waffle House.
Oh yeah, you got to.
So
We don't have
good.
any Waffle Houses around here.
You don't.
Yeah.
Yep. It was really good. We got some random pictures here.
Yep.
And
Shout
there's
out to
Mr. Stanley.
Shout out to Stanley right here. This guy, you know, when it was just the two of us, it was just Gary and I can't get out and get in the back. I'm the one steering, you know, and Gary's in the front. And so knowing this, we went over to, or you know more about this than I do. I was just thinking like, go talk to Stanley, you know?
Yeah.
And I can just tell you, like he knows that track. He lined us up A to B, A to B, A to B, A to B. And so thank you, Stanley. Hats off to you. And then you got your side of the story on that, Gary.
Yeah, same. You know, we wanted to get Stanley up there, and I went and asked him. I was, "Hey, can you help me, get right on the track a little bit?" And he goes, "Yeah, if I'm up here." And then he's like, "Yeah, I'll be up here." So I was like, "Okay." So he was there every time, and we'd look at the track for a second, and I'd get his input, and that's all we needed.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Really
hats off to Stanley for hanging around to give us a hand, help get you lined up, backed up, and spot on every pass. It was good.
Makes all the difference.
Yep. Such a good dude, good racer, good track guy. Tony says if there's a good spot on the track, Stanley will find it.
Yeah. Tony got a shout out.
Tony says he is the best in the business on reading the track. Glad he is on my side.
Absolutely.
He was on our side too, man. Come on.
Well, you're another class, you know.
Oh yeah.
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 That's one of the reasons we went to this class. You know, this is for that right there.
We was borrowing him for a minute.
Yeah, we were borrowing him. Yeah. No, really appreciate it. It's just a confidence builder. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things on the checklist. Like, crap, what are we gonna do here? You know.
Yep.
And to have that home field advantage there, that's just second to none.
Yep. It was good. Mark says Goose for president, Stanley Ray for VP.
There you go. There you go. That's awesome.
Done deal.
Done deal.
Here's a sea of orange shirt she's talking about.
Oh yeah, you look. I mean, everywhere you look, that's all you saw was sea of orange. That's what promoted us to wear these shirts tonight. You know, we were driving home. We're like, we're gonna get our orange shirts out. Just a sea of red. There's 300 people, you know, in this one area. 287 of them have orange shirts on. You know, and I don't know if it's friends, family, all of the above, but yeah, it's just really cool to see that. So yeah, super cool, super excited.
Yeah, lots of orange. Here's was this class called Mean Street? Is that right? Mean Street.
Yeah, Mean Street. Yeah, the chip draw 490.
Yeah, fast.
That was a fast class, man. Woo! Yeah.
And Austin went to the finals, didn't he? Right?
Yeah, he did. He went to the finals and raced the truck.
I don't know the Mustang guy there, really, and the others, but
Sure.
190 is fast class. That's cool.
Yeah,
He was racing them.
he was.
But his car runs like 20s, right? It went teens at
teens, but you know, you cut a light and drive it. You know, he went all the way to the finals.
There's Rodney.
Yeah, we're lining up for first round here.
I didn't catch that guy's name with the Mustang there.
No, that car ran in the 80s, if I remember right.
Did it? Okay, cool. There's Todd and Craig.
Yep.
Outlaw cars.
Yep.
This picture of Craig and his car, a little side view.
Mm-hmm.
There's you and Wes.
Yep.
There's
that white truck.
Yep. Was his name Cody, I think?
It was Red's cousin or nephew or something, right?
Something like that, yeah. Some more outlaw cars. Devin and Craig and Tony.
Oh, okay. Richard Mayhew.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Richard, yeah, however you pronounce that. Mayhew.
Yep.
Okay.
Mustang. Yeah, I think it ran good.
There's Goose again.
What's he wanting to do?
It looks like he's up to something.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like he's up to no good.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to go over there and snatch your gloves or something.
Yeah. Help us out. Who's Cody Ashley? Is that the blue?
The truck.
Oh, the truck. Okay.
Yeah, the white pickup. Yeah, we'll see it in the those photos, the winners pictures in a little bit. Yep, Cody. Oh, Cody in maroon Mustang.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Showed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
ran hard. He treated me on that pass too.
We got winners pictures next, but first, let's give a shout out to Chris Hogan and Fodad Racing Media.
Right on.
This is his Facebook page. Most everybody involved in racing around here is probably already liked and following his Facebook page, but if not, there it is. Go find it. He was all around taking pictures, and he provided the video that we used here tonight. So thanks to him and for his effort in pictures and videos and the traveling that he does.
Mm-hmm.
He also has a YouTube page, Fodad Racing Media. This is what his YouTube channel looks like. If you get there, he's got a little over almost 3,500 subscribers.
Nice.
And excuse me, I'm gonna cough. And a big shout out to Melissa Morrow Photography. That's who you got your pictures from, right?
Yep.
You ordered
Yep.
the pictures. Yep. This is her Facebook page. Go like and follow her Facebook page. This little thing here says, "We are Melissa and Brian Morrow from tire crack to finish line and the moments in between." Really cool pictures, really awesome pictures.
Yeah.
So good job. I can't wait to get some pictures of my car next year.
yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, it won't be long.
Yep. I'm a little behind. Fodad, Chris Hogan and Fodad, he had a list of the winners here. Fodad Racing Media congratulates all the winners from today's Jerry Klingman Memorial Spring Shootout at Ozark Raceway Park. What a day of racing. The Outlaw 10-5 winner was Devin Brown. Outlaw 8-5 versus Limited 275 winner was Wes with the Show Me Speed Spare Chain Scarlet car. Big Tire winner was Jason Lansdowne. Mean Street winner, Cody Ashley. That's the white truck, right?
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Those are two Codys in here.
No, I think when you brought up Fodad, there's some comments over there. They're kind of cleaning that up. Of who
okay.
Did you see that Julie's pajamas are washed?
Yes, there was. 550 index winner Mark Bell. 650 index winner Brad Schaffner. Junior dragster winner Noah Lansdowne. Show Me Outlaws motorcycle class winner Jeff Downing. Trophy class winner Alan Kopp. No electronics winner Sonny West. Super Pro winner Mr. Al Schoenwetter.
Oh, Al won Super Pro. Right on.
Yes, that's awesome. And we got some pictures. There's Outlaw. There's Devin. And
Now,
winner's
Gary, is
circle.
this a special picture here?
This is absolutely a special picture with the little guy there.
Yeah. So this is Riker's first event, right?
Yeah.
And so and Daddy took home the prize, huh?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Great
Yeah.
picture. There's
Great
the Browns. Little Riker Brown.
Yeah, and he's got his little checker flag onesie on there, all ready to go.
Onesies.
Heck yeah, great picture. That's a keeper.
Yes. Outlaw 85 versus Limited 275. And just to let's toss a little more info, Rodney was on the 275 and Wes was on the 85.
Yep.
And what a cool mesh of that with that class and that idea.
Yeah.
So Wes got it done.
Yes, he's the champ. Good job,
And-
Wes. That
Yep.
whole crew was awesome. They came over and talking. We go over there talk. I mean, talking about different things. And actually, I don't know her name, but that little girl on the roof pulled the chip out. So she decided what lane, which was, we both did the you draw, no, you draw. I was like, well, let's
Yeah.
do you draw, and so yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Big tire, the 57 Chevy, big tire winner Jason Lansdowne.
And hold on a second. Stay back to that picture. Tony's got a comment right there with Lansdowne.
Tony says Lansdowne for the father and son win.
Okay.
We got that picture coming up. That's cool. That'll be Devin and Little Riker one day, right?
Yeah, just like Tony and Adam.
Yep. Mean Street, Cody Ashley in the little pickup when Justin Martin with him there.
Mm-hmm.
They were pitted kind of right behind us.
Yeah. Well, and that was cool too. We were watching streetcar bragging rights there on that TV ad outside. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's cool.
Starlink or whatever that is. You know, he had. It's like, man, we were like, hey, you're watching the race. That's cool. Check that.
Yeah, I had that plate of food that Goose gave us that meat, and I kind of Cody was sitting there. One of them was, and so I walk up. What are y'all here playing video games? And I get to where the screen, I can see the screen, and like, oh, this is cool. Streetcar bragging rights. And Devin Vanderhoof, he was in, or Josh was in the other lane, and that was cool. Yeah.
There's a good story here. Like, in the finals, I saw this truck getting jacked up, on the jack stand, and they yanked this. I don't know if it's the right wheel or both wheels, and they yank it off, and they roll it down to Andre's tent or camp. And anyway, I think long story short, I think like it says right here, they put the front wheels off of Andre's car so he can make the final.
Yeah.
And, so that's pretty awesome. That's good community right there.
It is. Julia Brown says Riker is going to have a little Camaro Junior dragster. Tito is going to build it. Right, Tito? Yes, he is.
Yes, of course he is.
He has to now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
And this is on YouTube too, so we'll go back and see this, when he gets whatever it is, 6 or 8 years old. That's awesome.
That's one way to wrangle him in.
Yeah, keeping the family.
That's funny. 550 index winner Mark Bell.
Cool.
650 index winner Brad Schaffner. This guy was our neighbor between us and Larry.
Yeah.
And
from Arkansas, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
He pulled off the win.
He pulled off the win, and when he pulled his car out, they had their, as you can see right here, they had their Titans t-shirts on, and Gary looked at me and goes, hey, did you notice his shirt was on the back of that t-shirt? And so, when he loaded up for the win, me and Gary's like, well, we know why you're on the back of the t-shirt now,
Yeah, that's why. That's why you're on the shirt. Winner. Junior dragster winner Noah Lansdowne. And I thought there was one more picture I had with the father and son. Motorcycle class winner Jeff Downing. Trophy class winner Alan Kopp. And there was a picture of both Lansdownes in a winner circle, and I don't know what happened to it. I had it, now I don't have it. So, but it was cool, father and son. Zach West says, Hot Rod, what do you think about the Backwoods ORP?
Oh no, I'm like I said before, first time there, and we'll be back. It it gives you that center field feeling, with the trees and stuff. I like the way you go up to the staging lanes, how you roll down. Gary could unhook me and I can just roll the car down. You're racing towards the sun there in the late evening, but they got it figured out with that little blinder. I was worried about that. I was like, man, we're getting ready to go into the sun just like at Noble. And then when I rolled around and I saw that they had this little flapper deal they put down, this little drape, so you could see the tree perfect. Smooth track. I like the app. Like I said, the shutdown was great. We got a great parking spot, but the community, the people are just fantastic. Everyone's real friendly. even the spectators, I would say, they were lined up on that one, the left lane side.
Yep.
They'd wave at you, went by. A lot of people came over just to, talk and how's it going type deal. And didn't make it way over to the food court like you did, but
I got a burger, a cheeseburger. It was delicious.
Yep. And but yeah, man, we're definitely going back. And Marty always told me it's a cool track and then go check it out, and he was right. So I would definitely go over there.
Yeah, and that left side, kind of like we at Mid-America Dragway along the fence, you get tailgaters. That left side, I think the whole way down there was tailgaters backed up to that fence. That was really cool.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said on my post too, like we had a couple little questions. There was nothing they couldn't answer. Track personnel. Mark, I talked to him a couple times throughout the event, answered a question right away. No really confusion of the event at all. You know what I mean?
Paul was Paul Eden. Paul running the staging lanes. He killed it.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Just having a good time. And even though we were new, I felt like, we were welcomed in and we knew what everything was going on, the lanes, how you went. There was no surprises, Yeah. So yeah, definitely a great facility.
Kurt loves it.
Yeah.
Or maybe Shelly loves it too. One of them, both of them. I love it. Yeah, it was a great time, man. That was a fun trip. Shelly and Kurt says you need a GPS to get there, but it is well worth it, and plenty of people find it. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, there is some little whoop-de-doos going into that. You drop down and you drive
the
trailer up,
curve,
curves and stuff. Once you get off that, what is it? U-turn or U highway?
Yeah,
or something?
U.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then you just kind of made your way back in there, but it makes sense. You know what I mean? Because you got to get out of the area just a little bit to have a racetrack, just for the noise or whatever. But no, it was real good. And, in 20, 25 minutes, we're back at the hotel, any kind of thing you needed. We had Goose's team bringing drinks from Sonic every hour on the hour. and until someone ran out. So it was good stuff.
Yeah. Yep. That was a fun weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a roller coaster ride to the track. And you can go up and then you feel the trailer pushing you back down.
Yeah. And feel way better about going in October at the season-ending Titans race.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
that was a big checkbox for racing.
Yeah, definitely. And that that was one of the bullets why we went this weekend. And we even talked to Wes about that. It's like we didn't want the Titans race for the championship to be the first time we've been here.
Yep.
So that was a smart little audible we did.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. Is that all the pictures, bud?
That's it, man. That is all the pictures, and the timer says that's enough.
All right. Yeah, no, we appreciate it. Thanks for everybody coming on. Had a great event, good recap, and appreciate everybody coming on. Thanks for kind of hanging for the little Bucky's, special guest segment. That was a fun time. We wanted to show Goose some love here, and Matt Phillips' team. And I appreciate all the hospitality and just from everybody. And so great job, Ozark Raceway Park. Great facility. If you haven't been there, get there. They got great events coming up. Just another nice little track. So glad it's on this Titans series. And so, anything else for you, Gary?
I'm glad we went. So just try to learn something every time we go somewhere. And it was fun. It worked. All the boxes got checked, I think, except for the win box, but it was still a good box.
It was close. 003.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Doug says, great show, guys, and congrats, Rodney Dow.
Thank you.
And this is anybody that has followed us for very long with our schedule. Today's Wednesday. We usually put out the show notice for Sunday. We haven't got that put together yet. So just keep your eyes peeled. In a day or two, we'll have something figured out for Sunday, unless Sunday is something weird. It's Memorial Day before Memorial Day. It's Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, it is Memorial Day weekend. You're right. Okay.
We'll have to, we'll talk about it. Yeah.
Sounds good.
So,
saw that too, just as you did. Like, oh yeah, it is Memorial Day.
wow. Huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Larry's got a little shout out.
Larry says, make sure to attend Street Machines. That is September 13th on my calendar. Yes. Middle of September. That's the weekend after Titans in Tulsa.
September 11th and 13th, the Ozark Tim Slavens Memorial 34 annual. Is that what that is? I
think so. I don't have all that written on my calendar. All I have is Street Machines Ozark.
Yep. That's it.
my little calendar box ain't that big.
I got my little spreadsheet here. Remember, I was on break and I made a spreadsheet. Yeah. Biggest race in ORP. Hey, Larry, if we come back, we're going to get Lane or Tito. We're going to get spot 36 again. That was a great spot. Yeah, I have one little complaint about that spot, but I'm not going to bring it up on this show right now. Just,
okay, I won't either.
Instead of being like this, it was like,
it came with a little bit of challenge, even like with your head walking, and it's kind of weird. You're walking weird. Yeah, we're not complaining.
Great time.
Doug says need to get the new card in there. Yes, you do, Doug. Get her done.
Yes, sir. Get that thing out.
Yes.
All right, Gary. Well,
yep.
Bring our sponsors in, our YouTube channel.
Yep. Let's hit the podcast YouTube channel. If you're on YouTube looking for us, this is what the face of our channel looks like. Heads Up Racing Gary and Hot Rod Podcast. This is current. I updated this picture. We're just at one subscriber over 300. So let's grow that. A little shout out to my YouTube channel, Gary Putnam Racing, Welding and Fabrication. Just doing stuff there. Kind of fun, racing, welding, and whatever things. Let's give a shout out.
Updates from Fox Rod the next couple shows,
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to put together some stuff that kind of shows the progress of what Keith is doing with the back of the car there and the work he's doing. So it'll take a few trips to get a complete video put together for that, but that's the plan.
Yeah.
That's okay. Doug says he's close.
Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'll get some footage as I get over there, and if Keith will let me in for spy photos or spy video. Let's give a shout out again to our partners, Mid-America Dragway, Ultra Color Collision Repair, Mobile Recon, Mobile Detailing, Titans of 10.5, the fastest small tire series in the Midwest, Sandland Iron and Metal Auto Salvage, and Harry Street Carpet. Thank you to those awesome partners hanging out with us in 2025. Thanks a bunch.
Perfect. Nice work.
Yeah. Rod, man, it was fun racing with you over the weekend. You did an awesome job. It was fun.
Dude, I couldn't do it without you. I so appreciate you coming and putting in all the effort and taking the time and just excited when we're both, parked next to each other again.
Yep. And I can't watch and learn what to do, sitting on the couch eating Cheetos. So
you bet. No, it's a good point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So thanks for the racing you do and giving me a place to come watch and learn. So
sounds good.
Yes, sir.
All right. You ready?
All right. Let me get this ready. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Boom. All right. Tomorrow's Thursday, holiday weekend coming up. Everybody have a fun, awesome, safe Memorial Day weekend. Weather looks kind of okay if it don't rain or whatever. Temperature looks good. Get out and have some fun. One more comment jump in here. See you guys later. Have a good weekend. You too, Doug.
You too, Doug.
Later. Rodney, good night.
Have a good night.